What is going on? Today we are talking about Zilliqa, why I think it's set for explosive growth, why I bought into it, and why I think you should buy into Zilliqa as well. In this video, we're going to go over the technical analysis on the charts, and you guys know my technical analysis. I got a little lizard brain. It's very simple, right? I'm just looking at lines and stuff like that. So we're going to go over the charts, we're going over price prediction, we're going to go over the news, we're going to go over the partnerships, ultimately to create some kind of due diligence for you, some kind of comprehensive research. But of course, do your own research. But this is just my research into why I think you and I should be buying Zilliqa right now. If you are new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to 1 Bitcoin. I have a little lizard brain, gorilla arms, and diamond hands, and I consider myself a cowboy exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency. And so if you want to follow along with me in that journey to 1 Bitcoin, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell for any new and timely updated content. And of course, if you are a generous person on this video, I would go and ask you to please be generous and donate a like button to this video. Now, Zilliqa, we're talking Zilliqa, and I didn't really know what this project, what this coin was about until the doctor of crypto in our Telegram group brought it to me. He said, Aaron, and that's his name, right? The Dr. Crypto, the doctor of crypto, I don't know. Okay, I don't know his name. Okay, it's the doctor. And join the Telegram group. There's a whole bunch of big brains in there. He said, Aaron, you have to do a video on Zilliqa. It's making huge moves. And I said, you know what? I will. I need to learn about this. It is making huge moves. And so let's get right into the charts here. Zilliqa is sitting at 14 cents right now compared to what was its like all-time highs at like about 25 cents. Of course, that crash happened a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it wrecked everyone's portfolio, probably like 50, 60%. Everyone's getting wrecked. But it's seeing like some awesome recovery here. We're seeing it settle low here. And then when it shot up and it dropped down again for another low, it was a higher low than the previous low, right? Hopefully that makes sense. It was a higher low than the previous low. And then now it's set another higher high than the previous high, okay? So that to me is, honestly, that to me is gibberish. But to a lot of other YouTubers, they're saying this is great. And I'm like, yeah, yep, that makes sense. Little lizard brain, that sounds great. And so this is a project where here's my technical analysis. All right, I'm not some kind of genius wizard out here. I'm just trying to figure it all out, guys. And so if you want all that, there's fantastic crypto YouTubers out there to go. Ivan on Tech is great. Lark is great. You know what I mean? So that's not what you're getting. That's not what you're gonna get over here. So anyway, I know enough. This little lizard brain doesn't have to think. It just has to copy. I'm gonna copy that and be like, okay, let's get into this. I'm all about it. And so what Zilliqa is, it's a blockchain that takes a unique approach into solving the trilemma for blockchains. Now, if you don't know what the trilemma is, Vitalik Buterin, I'm always gonna pronounce his name wrong. He is the founder of Ethereum, and he says that every blockchain has a trilemma. Right? A dilemma is 2 problems. A trilemma is 3 problems. You have to somehow balance as a blockchain decentralization, security, and scalability. Decentralization meaning there's no locus of power, centralized locus of power in a blockchain. You know, like we have decentralized governing powers around the world right now. I don't have to explain that too much. Security is like how susceptible is it from attacks and hacking. And third, scalability. How can it solve problems faster? How can it do more computing? How can it handle more transactions? Basically is what scalability is. Now, for example, this trilemma is existing in like producing merch. Like you have cost, quality, and speed. You have to only pick 2, otherwise the third one will suffer. So for example, if you're trying to produce a pair of shoes, you can make it cheap and you can make it fast, but the quality is going to go down. And so that's basically here. You could pick 2, but the other one's going to go down. And so for example, Bitcoin prioritized decentralization and security, but scalability is very low. And as a result, there's high gas fees. It's very slow. It could only handle 7 transactions per second. Ethereum's the same way. Scalability is low, decentralization and security are high. Okay, so now Zilliqa takes a unique approach in attempting this trilemma of problems here. Okay, so the first thing we have to talk about is what exactly is a node for decentralization. We're going to go for each one of these, and we're going to put on our big brain hat. Our little lizard brains are going to pretend that we're big brain. Okay, and so they're basically saying that the nodes in the Zilliqa blockchain, the Zilliqa network, there's going to be about 10,000 nodes, and that's going to try to produce about 2,500 transactions per second. Currently, right now, Bitcoin produces 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum produces 15 transactions per second. And it's coming for actually Visa, which is 8,000 transactions per second. Okay, that's kind of like some perspective there. I learned that fact from Exodus, so go check them out. But honestly, I watch videos on 2x speed to try to carve through. Like, I've carved through like 4 hours of content, right, to learn this kind of stuff. And honestly, 2x speed, it sounds like gibberish. It sounds like gibberish. They're talking about freaking transaction blocks, orphan blocks, micro blocks. Dude, it's giving me a mental block, okay? So it's like too much. So that's the decentralization. These different nodes. A node is basically a computer that acts as, it supports the blockchain. You could, each node, each computer tries to solve a part of the equations or the problems that are on the blockchain. Now, that's decentralization. Now we're going to talk about scalability. This is one of the biggest problems in blockchain, and scalability is equated to speed. Okay, the higher your scalability, the more transactions you could handle, the faster and lower fees that you're going to get. So that's why Ethereum is, all these huge fees on Ethereum, and it's super slow. It's because it has a low scalability. That's why Ethereum 2.0 is coming out. That's why they're trying to solve that. But anyway, Zilliqa tries to solve it in this unique way, in this technique called sharding. Okay, you go to other YouTube videos and you try to learn about sharding. If you're a big brain, you'll get it. If you're a little lizard brain like me, it's like gibberish. That's why I spent 4 hours. It should have been only like 15 minutes in one video. I spent like 4 hours trying to understand this little lizard brain in here. I can't do it. What I basically understand it as is that there is a primary chain of blocks here, right? And they actually break up those things into like a network of blockchains, and they all try to serve or solve the problem simultaneously at one time. Okay, I have an example. Okay, it might be a little silly example, but here's my best bet at it. If you watch Naruto can do a technique called the shadow clone jutsu. Okay, and when he shadow clones himself, he produces copies of himself. Okay, one of the best things about that is that he can then use each copy of himself to study, and he would learn at X times that speed. So if he made a shadow clone jutsu of himself, he's got 2 Narutos here. You could like study and read a book or train, and he would learn it twice as fast. Okay, if you duplicate himself 3 times, he could learn it 3 times as fast. Well, this boy be like he's learning now, and he's learning that fast. Now, if you don't get that reference, fine, you're not a nerd like I am. Okay, okay. Just pretend like you're working on a building, and you're a contractor or you're a general contractor. It's like if you had one team working and building that building versus multiple teams building that building at the same time. Okay, that's not exactly as good of an example in my opinion as the Naruto one, but hopefully you could get the Naruto one, right? You just clone yourself and you read a book and you're learning at twice the speed. Like your brains are synced together. And that's what's happening with sharding. In sharding, it breaks up the main block into these little blockchains around you. And then every one of those little blockchains are simultaneously trying to work to solve this thing. So it's like laser fast, and they're trying to solve these problems. Okay, now, again, this is my simplistic way of understanding sharding. In my brain, it's just lizard brain, right? I want it so stupid simple. If you want to know like some other things, just type in Zilliqa, what is Zilliqa and how you learn it. There's like a 30-minute video on it. I watched that video like 4 times. It's crazy. So yeah, that's my understanding of sharding, and that's their answer to scalability. So we talked about decentralization, we talked about scalability. Now we have to talk about security. And security, what blockchains are susceptible to are something called a Sybil attack. Okay, and it's where someone pretends to be, when someone pretends to like produce multiple nodes or multiple computers, and they're trying to change, and they try to change the consensus of the majority. into whatever they want for like attacks, and it delays everything. It congests the network. It makes things wrong. I'll give you an example for this. This is maybe something stupid, but pretend like you're in a group of 100 people and you all decide that you're asked a question, 2 plus 2, and you all decide that the answer is 4. And so everyone takes a piece of paper and writes the number 4 on it, and they put it in a box. Okay, 100 people write the number 4, 2 plus 2 equals 4, and they write it and they put it in a voting box. Now, what a Sybil attack is when someone takes a whole bunch of papers, right? And then they write 2 plus 2 equals 10. And they take 101 papers and they put it, this is their goal, they take 101 papers and they put it into the box. So when someone goes and counts the box, they're going to count 100 votes for 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 101 votes for 2 plus 2 equals 10, changing the consensus. Now, then, once the consensus is changed, the majority is changed, then, you're changing up the blockchain. That's where this metaphor, this example ends. Now, that's kind of like what they're doing. And so how they solve that against the Sybil attack is, with this security, is that they have basically what's like called a CAPTCHA. What's a CAPTCHA? Or like a proof of work test. Okay, I'm using, again, simple language, right? But it's just a test for each one of these little nodes that are popping up and trying to change the consensus. And so they just test that thing, and that's what that is. So now, Zilliqa is addressing these 3 problems in these 3 ways, right? They got their nodes, they're just ramping up on their nodes and their scalability at the same time with the sharding technique. And then that's their answer with the CAPTCHA and the test and the proof of work with security. I probably did a terrible job of describing these, but this is just my simple brain. If you have a little lizard brain like me, hopefully that has helped with you in the past. Now, let's talk about Zilliqa's future. Okay, why should I even bother going into Zilliqa? And this is their main website. It looks pretty like militant, but it's cool because they have a lot of partnerships, and their people are building these applications on their blockchain. And so, for example, one of their applications is that they are with unstoppable domains, and they are, it's a blockchain domain name. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. People can register domain names on the Zilliqa blockchain using unstoppable domains, which is great. Another partnership that they have is Mintable. This is like how people create NFTs, and so you see these NFTs for sale on the Zilliqa blockchain. Another one is Switcheroo, and Switcheroo is cool because it's a DEX, a decentralized exchange built by Switcheroo. The fourth one this is really cool, Zanpool. Bring customers seamlessly in and out of the crypto world. So they're into like the finance part of like, bringing people into finance and making it more user friendly with fiat. Same way here, Transact, gateway to your fiat gateway to DeFi. People are trying to enter into the crypto market, and so they're bringing in fiat dollars and they're making it pretty easy. This is all built on Zilliqa also. So automated trading made easy with CoinRule. Elliptic. I don't know what that is. This is cool because this is like security, right? This is managed financial crime risk, achieve regulatory compliance, and growth with confidence. And it's basically security. Compliance solutions and services by crypto businesses, financial institutions, and regulators to detect and prevent financial crime in crypto assets. So it's like financial security, and it's built on Zilliqa. There are other partnerships too. German bank partners with Singapore FinTech Consortium. Okay, little lizard brain, don't know what that means, on blockchain. Okay, so there's just a ton of action with Zilliqa that I love. There's a lot of partnerships that are very, very strong, that are pushing the way for cryptocurrency to be the financial institutions of the world, of the future. And I'm super in love with it. They're also into digital advertising and gaming as well. Look, here's the big picture, is that ADA and DOT and Matic are currently all like 175, looking to hit their all-time highs again of 225, 250. Zilliqa is like 14 cents right now. And it's doing the same stuff as ADA, the same stuff as DOT, and the same stuff as Matic. And they have huge partnerships. The fundamentals are sound. We're not talking about the Shiba Inus. We're not talking, and no shot to Shiba Inu, but it's a different category. It's a different level of cryptocurrency. It's just an entirely different level. price prediction, easy $1, easy $1. I mean, if it goes to $1, you're gonna 8x, 9x your returns. And I think that's gonna happen in this bull cycle. I think this is just a bearish trend, but I think easy $1. If not now, it'll be $1 soon. Like, I mean, it really will be. So I'm hyped up on it. I bought Zilliqa myself. I think you should buy it too while it's at this price. And yeah, I think just one of those long-term buy and holds. Anyway. If you like this kind of video, if I was helpful to you, if you want to follow along with me on my journey to 1 Bitcoin, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell for any timely updated content. And if you're generous, just give me a like button on this video. Anyway, thanks so much. Lizard brains, gorilla arms, diamond hands, cowboys riding into the wild west of cryptocurrency. I'll see you guys on the moon.